he's a bunch of one of a group of three. There was himself, Alex Twal, and Pat Carrigan scoring their first NRL tries, and all their teammates celebrated because they're so popular as a teammate. And he's joining us now, Blake Lawrie. How are you, Blake?
Very well, thanks, gentlemen. How are we?
Yeah, really well. Thank you, mate, and thank you only less than 24 hours after that great victory last night. Now, before we ask the first question, Macca, have you got another nickname for...
Oh, mate. Look, I don't want to put him on the spot.
Oh, now you're backing out. You're moonwalking out.
John Daly. John Daly. He thinks of himself as a pretty big hitter, actually.
Oh, really?
Blake Lawrie. Yeah, he's prided himself on his golf game. How is the golf game going with Blake?
Lately, terrible, Mac. I'm not happy about it. The last two times I've played, I haven't been happy with my performance, to be honest.
Honestly, what would your handicap be at the moment, mate?
Oh, 10 or 11.
10 or 11,
what?
that's solid. I told you it goes all
I
right, actually.
I played 9 holes with a local young pro at Wollongong here, Tommy Heaton, last week, and we played for a bit of cash, and I took his cash. I played through 9 holes. I was 1 under, and the best game of golf I've ever played. This was a couple of weeks ago, and then ever since then, I'm shouldn't be 10, 15 over. I'm not happy with myself.
So we played yesterday, Blake, myself, and Macca. Sorry, Chainsaw. And he drove the green twice, 310, 320 metres.
No, it's not true. Andrew doesn't have it in him. I don't believe it.
Short people don't have long drives.
Exactly. They don't.
Yeah.
Was he playing for ladies' tee, was he?
Yeah, probably. Now, a good win last night. Outside of that, like Friday night game, Blake, you got the whole weekend. Will a few of the boys have a few beers on a Saturday or a Sunday?
No, we won't. Fano sort of said to us after the game last night, look, boys, enjoy the win, but don't want anyone drinking really because of we've got a short turnaround. We go straight into Anzac Day on Thursday, so we've got a short turnaround. We know it's important, so yeah. And after that, I think we get a long turnaround. So if we get a win next week, I dare say Fano let some of the boys have a couple then. Yeah,
nice. Now, what's recovery look like these days? Because once upon a time, the old great conditioner Billy Johnston, when he went to the Gold Coast Titans, he used to make them swim a kilometre the day after a game. And I never understood whether that was recovery or whether it was torture. I'm not quite sure. So what's recovery look like these days?
That definitely does sound torture for me. Nah, just a bit of, we had a couple of laps, done 4-lap warm-up, and then just a bit of activation through the hips and all that stuff this morning, and light stretch. And a couple of boys are out here now supporting our Nesvos Cup boys versus the Warriors at Colley's local field. So the boys are down 6-0 at the moment, only just started. So fair few of the boys here, and then we got another junior team playing tonight, our St George SG Ball team. They play a lock-up tonight at 6:30, so a fair few of our senior boys to go watch that as well. So it's good to get out there and support our wider range at the club.
Mate, there's a few sirens, a bit of noise going on in the background. Whereabouts are you at the moment?
I'm at the Collies watching the NRL Cup boys play.
How's it all
Is it too loud for you, Andrew?
What's that, sorry?
Is it too loud for you?
No, I was just curious to see where you're at, mate. Getting out amongst the people, it's good to hear, good to see, actually, mate. On last night's performance, when do you feel that bit of the momentum change for you boys after that looked like a bit of a slow start?
I thought our scramble and our try line defense early was very, very special. Sort of reminds me back to our round one against the.
Okay, that noise was that noise is a cliche horn. If you drop a cliche, you get the clown horn. Okay.
Okay, and what cliche? What did I drop there to know not to say it again?
Yeah, just what was it, Daddy Vass? It was.
Defense resilience or something.
Yeah, we got into an arm wrestle. Yeah, so keep going. Sorry.
Sorry, mate. Yeah, I thought we scrambled really well. And then, obviously, that builds resilience and a bit of confidence amongst the boys. And
there you go. You've done it again.
Bit of resilience.
You've done it again, Blake.
Mr. Stitch up. Andrew, are you behind this? If you're behind this, Andrew, you better wait.
Yeah.
Blake, it's Adrian Prezenko. I'm looking at an article that was written a couple of years ago where it said that you used to love going to your nan's place and there'd be a lolly jar. And I'm quoting you. You're saying, Andrew McCulloch is always warning me, stay away from Nan's this weekend. Is this true?
Yes, it is true. Nan's got a couple of cookies in a lolly jar everywhere. So
he's got a lovely nana. I just knew that she spoils him whenever he goes up there for the weekend. So look, I know when he's been at Nan's because we used to get him on the scales on Monday. I said, Nan, keep away from Nan, please, Blake.
I still reckon that's probably the second best line from a teammate. Early in your career, I think Tim Laffey said he's got the body of a 40-year-old who just finished at the pub. A few of the boys are actually calling him George Rose's son.
That's a good. I do remember that one actually as well. Timmy Laff has a stitch up as well.
Yeah.
Andrew, what are you doing to me?
Hey, Blake, Wollongong away dressing rooms. Now, I know when you're a home team, you're very rarely going to the away dressing sheds. Sometimes it's a bad omen for some players, but I remember going down to Wollongong and playing, and it was top 3 worst dressing sheds in the NRL. Are they still dodgy?
No, I don't think they are. They're actually pretty good these days. They're not too bad. I don't mind them. There's definitely worse away dressing sheds than what ours are for sure.
So can you tell me, are Newcastle Knights, are their ground staff still flooding the opposition dressing sheds before the game?
No, ours we played in torrential rain there a couple of weeks ago. The sheds are actually pretty good.
Okay.
And Blake, you know, if you had a sort of up and down sort of last probably 24 months in terms of coaching staff there at the club, mate, what's Shane Flanagan really brought to the club over probably the last 3 or 4 months, and what's he trying to instill in the playing group?
I think he just brought a new perspective on it, and it's getting the boys sort of buying into the one direction that he wants everyone in, and he demands high standards, and obviously he expects boys to go out there and do the job that he requires you to do. We've got a great squad now. I think we've got a really strong forward pack, I feel. And yeah, I think he's just developing the way that he wants us to play, and we're still working on it. Don't get me wrong. Last night was probably we showed glimpses of our DNA and what we're trying to build, and Whanau calls it the Dragons way, and we're still trying to build that in a way. And we all got to buy into it, and I believe we all bought into it last night, and hopefully we can keep the momentum going and keep the confidence going into a big game against the Roosters next week.
Like you mentioned the Dragons way, I understand that Mark Taylor at various times has come down, the former Australian cricket captain, and spoken to some of the senior leadership group. What are some of the messages that he's passed on to you guys?
He just sort of said, as more of a leadership group, he said, get to know your teammates on a more broader level, and let them and understand what works for them, and let them be them in a way, if it makes sense. And Mark Coyne's come down a fair bit as well. So Mark Coyne and Tubby, they come down quite often. They get around the change rooms and they just ask how everything's going, and we have a good chat. And Tubby talks about some old Shane Warne stories that can't be repeated, I guess. But they're good value, and they're obviously very well respected members of their organisations. They've been great leaders for obviously Tubby, Australian cricket captain, and obviously Coyne has been a great Dragon as well. So everything they've got to say, we're all ears as well.
I think it's some of the greatest advice, knowing your teammates, actually knowing them away from what they can do on the footy field. So it's sound advice. Now, on the Mullers Club, the show before us, Blake, Scope and Missile were interviewing Zach Lomax, and they talked about the 40-metre field goal last night, 42 metres. They go up another 2 points before half-time. He actually dropped your name. He said you are renowned for trying to drop 40-metre field goals at training. True or false?
False. I don't have it in me. Maybe 10, 15. Anything above 20, I don't have it in me. Don't have the legs.
What we got actually, Blake, do you want to
actually
tell...
Of course, Zach's talking about himself, though.
Yeah, I've got you here too,
Zach loves
Blake.
talking about himself.
Do you want to actually give us a bit of a backstory to Anzac Day game 2 years ago, what you said to me on the field one day? Can you give the listeners what you tried to do?
I do remember this. You want to stitch me up again?
No, I want you to tell the listeners what you tried to do.
Listen. Okay, you've asked me a question. Do you want me to answer it?
Yes, I do. Go ahead.
Do you want to talk about it?
Go ahead, young fella.
No, it was like a couple of years ago. What was it, Mac? 20 what?
21.
It was a couple of years ago. Anyway, in Anzac Day at the cricket ground, they made a half break, and Duffo's our fullback at the time, and he's been caught in the last tackle. And Macca and I had Aiden B defender, and because my game awareness is pretty high, he goes, Mac, I'm dropping back, and he looks at me, and goes, no, you're effing not. What are you thinking in the middle of the game? So I was like, all right, then I'm not then, I guess. And then
Blake Lawrie wanted to go back to fullback to carry for Matt Duff there. I said, no, you're not.
Jeez, it would have been a tight. I don't know what I'd rather. Imagine put a grubber in or a high ball.
Imagine Manu's coming back and he's got Blake Lawrie at the back there trying to mark up on him. He said, no, you're not.
Hey,
no, you're not.
Hey, Blake, on the text line, we've got the Rooster Roofer that says... Boys, can you ask Blake how much he's looking forward to next year without Zach Lomax? That's tongue-in-cheek, of course. Yeah.
Tongue-in-cheek. No, he'll be a big loss for us, especially the form he's in. He's one of my best mates, so he'll be dearly missed for sure. But all the best to him. But he's going to finish off the rest of this year strong for us, and whatever happens after that, happens after that.
Okay, Stormy Daniels says on the text line, correct me if I'm right, but isn't Blake Laurie's nickname Schnitzel? Is that right?
That is correct. He's got many.
Due to his large areolas, is that true?
Where's this come from, Andrew? Andrew.
Oh, Crime Scene says
Yeah.
Blake exudes personality. Yeah, you do. We love you. Now, before we let you go, Blakey, word association, okay, here on Sports Day. So I'm just going to give you a word or a phrase. You need to attach a teammate to that word or phrase, okay? So first one is prima donna.
Okay.
Who's the biggest prima donna in the club?
Lomax.
Lomax, okay. Most annoying?
Ooh, Birdie.
Jack Bird, easy.
Jack Bird.
Nah,
yeah.
Birdie's not annoying. Nah, he's up there.
Okay.
Depends what mood he's in.
Yeah.
He's got a couple of personalities, old Birdie.
Yeah, he looks like an angry man, Jack Bird. Yeah. What about low maintenance? Who's the lowest maintenance?
Probably Dozer.
Oh, Benny Hunt.
Probably Benny Hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He gets a
He
tear.
gets his job done, yeah.
He
Benny
gets-
Hunt.
He gets a tear in his eye, Macca Chainsaw, when he hears Benny Hunt's name. He just misses him that much.
I bet he does.
Yeah.
We do miss the chainsaw down in
see, I'm
Dragon
well,
Country.
I'm well liked around the place, see, Sats?
Yeah, he's still getting paid by them. Why wouldn't you?
Wow.
Hey,
Of course you are. If you haven't turned up, supposed to do a couple of things to the club, not to turn up.
exactly. What about the
Still expect to
loudest?
Get paid.
What about the loudest? Who's the loudest teammate?
The
Blake?
loudest. Oh, I'm probably up there. Dozer would say me for sure.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, probably me,
What about? Yeah,
unfortunately.
you had to have a teammate that had to tell a joke for your life. You had to have a teammate to tell a joke to decide whether you're going into the grand final or not against, say, let's say the Penny Panthers. And they've got to make the whole crowd laugh. Who's the one that you're throwing on stage?
Oh, dear. This is a tough one. I'm trying to think who does a couple of dad jokes. Probably Benny Hunt, maybe.
Really?
Maybe.
He's not
I would
funny.
hopefully.
He's
I would
running
hope.
out. He's
I don't
running.
know. He's not funny. I'm running out. I haven't got much here. I really haven't got much.
I reckon
here
you'd be
on
a
the joke
chance.
front. I'm trying to
I reckon Blake.
Nah, not me. I haven't got anything.
See, Blake gets a
I don't
bit of
have many.
stage fright when he's up in front
Oh,
of her.
does he?
Yeah. Can't handle too much pressure.
All right, Andrew. And you're perfect, aren't you?
Oh, you're a breath of fresh air, Blakey. Mate, congratulations on last night. Congratulations on your own form. The Dragons have started the first 7 games off. I think they've surprised a lot of people.
Yeah,
It
well
surprised
done
me,
too,
and
Blake.
you're playing really good footy. So thanks for joining us on
Cheers,
Crunch
mate.
Time for a Saturday. Have a great weekend, mate. Good luck on Anzac Day Clash.
Cheers, Laurie. Thanks, mate.
Thanks, James. You have a good one. I'll send you an invoice, Andrew.
No worries. $5.
Oh, how good is he? He must be a great teammate to have
Yeah,
around.
he's good value, the big fella. He handles it well, and actually compared to a lot of young blokes, has a bit of banter, a bit of fun. They know there's no personal attacks. They love playing with him, and he just wants to get better at his footy, and he is good amongst the group, and they take a bit of fun. But you need those guys within the team, and they certainly love him down there in the Red V.
Lundy says, boys, this interview has a few disruptor charges to be reviewed by the MRC. Yeah, I think so. Let's get